viewers, the matter still they go as they go. The only development pending the time we will be in the court, as in the coroner inquest at magistrate court, waiting to listen to Prime Boy, whom the judge granted that he can appear in the court to come defend himself, since Adura said, when they asked him, who do you suspect by your brother Mohbad, he claims Prime Boy. So kind of worrisome, because he said he wasn't there when he didn't see the fight between Prime Boy and his brother Mohbad, late Mohbad, but he said he learned from Cynthia, who is Wumi, Mohbad's wife, that it was the fight between Prime Boy and his brother that bite his brother. You understand? As per whatever the reason, I don't know, as they take reason now. Okay, so in fact the judge decided that okay, no problem, let's wait for the autopsy result. But Mohbad's father's lawyer pleaded that Mohbad's father's lawyer pleaded that Prime Boy be given the opportunity to come and, as in, give his own side of the story. Like, you know, since already he's been remanded in custody since, amongst others, you know, he's a prime suspect, he's one of the suspects. He was granted bail, but he could not meet up to the bail bond. I think the money they told them to bring and everything, they can't afford it. The mother is a rice seller. She sells rice in front of her house there. In fact, she told us that it was Prime Boy and Mohbad that built the wooden structure where she sells rice, you know. So it's really pathetic in that aspect. But however, back to us, you know. So with all that information, the lawyer to Baba Mohbad, Mr. David, lawyer David, you know, pleaded that they bring the Prime Boy to come give his own side of the story. And so we are having him in the court on December 6th. And then they asked for the nurse too, but it was objected, you know, and the judge overruled, you know, and said, okay, no need for the nurse. Since Adura said he did not witness, he said there was no injection administered by the nurse to his brother. But Wumi said an injection was given in front of her and another one while she was cooking in the kitchen. And also the police claimed, and also they said in their own investigation, when they gave their own conference, you know, it was stated that the nurse, who is still remanded in custody, gave injection, and that was what triggered some reaction in Mohbad, and he RIP, you know. So it's still kind of confusing, because the investigation from the police is another thing, Wumi another story, Adura another story. So who is lying? What is the truth? However, the judge said there's no need for the nurse to come. The witnesses have spoken. Adura and Wumi, they have spoken. So autopsy would actually reveal what truly killed Mohbad. That's what the judge said. But I agreed that Prime Boy come on December 6th, which was adjourned. The Coroner Inquest was adjourned to December 6th, where we'll be seeing Adura talk. Adura will be saying everything where we'll be seeing Prime Boy say his own side of the story. Did he really fight Mohbad? Was he the one that hurt Mohbad to the extent that Mohbad's hand got swollen? Even though Wumi said it wasn't a serious injury, it was a minor injury, it was just a scar, and Mohbad was quite fine. But the police said no, Mohbad and Prime Boy had a fight, and in the process, or amidst this anger, he threw a punch and his hand crashed into the door and he bled profusely. And then the nurse administered injection. You understand? It was not, the wound wasn't properly taken care of, which led to the nurse, an auxiliary nurse, coming in, giving injection that by Mohbad. So Wunmi said no, it was a minor injury, it was simply a scar, he was fine, so why did they bring in a nurse? So the story is kind of the police saying another thing, Wunmi said another thing, Adura said another thing. Now the latest development now is that Darosa, his name is now everywhere. Ask me why. Darosa's name now is that same Darosa is Mohbad's PA. Darosa is a blood brother, to Mohbad's mom. He's actually, we're told, is their last born. Darosa is Mohbad's uncle. Darosa, we heard, it's still a speculation. We are hoping to find out in the courtroom today, on my own Yeye Kudi TV. We are told he's the one riding Mohbad's car here and there. There's a question mark on that. Darosa was the one that was giving the money from Davido. Yeah? And when he learned people insulting Baba Mohbad, you got money just after the death of your child, he never said anything. Even when he saw people lynching, they wanted to even buy Baba Mohbad for that. You are using your child's death to raise money. Until Baba Mohbad said, no, I wasn't giving this money. The money was handed over to Darosa. They came to me, but I said, hand it over to Darosa. That was after then Darosa sent 1 million back. The 2 million, 1 million, Darosa was the one that bought the coffin. You understand? Darosa was the one that bent Mohbad's neck or broke his neck in the casket. Darosa is the same person that eventually we learned he's the one that embalmed Mohbad and put salt. You understand? On Mohbad. Darosa here and there. In fact, another story have it that Darosa now is the one that have changed Mohbad's what do they call it, email address, where funds are going into is as per his royalty or some kind of money that has to do with Mohbad. You understand? Darosa here and there. Darosa, we are told that the house that Mohbad was, that he bought, Wunmi have moved out of the house, we heard or learned, and they've gone to rent another place for her. Darosa, we are told, is the one that cleaned up the house. More or less like, how would they get evidences that we have asked that they go back into the house and a forensic should be done where Baba Mohbad and Mama Mohbad's sister claimed they saw blood and all those things. They should go back there and check. Darosa here, Darosa there, Darosa here. Darosa, there's accusation now that he is the one that broke Mohbad's neck because he went to buy. I learned Davido. I said Davido. Mohbad is 6'3" and he bought a casket of 5'11". Darosa. Even though he should know better that the person who is his nephew is far taller than the casket he bought. Why was Mohbad's neck bent? Claims have it that it was broken. Anyway, I know autopsy will bring out that. Now, Darosa here, Darosa there. Why is Darosa? Why is he not called to the court as a witness? Because it was the same Darosa that called Baba Mohbad at about past 7 and told Baba Mohbad not to worry, to go to the hospital when he was called earlier by his wife that they said Mohbad was sick. He should go back, that Mohbad is now well. And the same Darosa was the one that embalmed him and put salt on his head. The same Darosa was the one that they said they should hand money over to. The same Darosa is the one that we learned is riding Mohbad's car now. The car that Wunmi said was at the mechanic that they had to go and beg for a neighbor to help them take Mohbad to the hospital when he collapsed or fainted, or I don't know, or died or something like that. Now, Darosa here. Why is the court not asking that Darosa come and explain to us why his name seemed to be everywhere? You understand? And then also to look at it deeply, is Mama Mohbad's last born. Their stories also have it that Darosa is an aspiring musician. You understand? In fact, Baba Mohbad also made mention that it was only Darosa, when he was accused by Karimo, Wunmi's sister, that she claimed that she called Baba Mohbad not to bury Mohbad. That she claimed to us, even though Baba that Mohbad came out to debunk that story, that it was all lies. He has never, you know, spoken to her, nor was there anybody that told him to do an autopsy on Mohbad as claimed by Karimo. But the only person said, truthfully I must say, the only person that said to me, why not, Daddy, why don't we do an autopsy, you understand, was only Darosa that ever mentioned anything about autopsy. Is there anything that we are not understanding? And I think Team Mohbad, you know, justice for Mohbad, Darosa should be on that witness stand to tell us all he knows. And if there's anything about Mohbad's money, car, anything in his care, and he's the one that went to clean the house, he has to come and tell us, did he truly see blood? What were the things he saw? I need a ilala in this matter. Aside, so Yoruba people will say, Enu kun Darosa, Enu kun. Darosa. I personally am going to try and get team Baba Mohbad, you know, they should try and put you on that witness stand. I think you are to tell us what you saw when you cleaned the house. If it is true, you are the one that cleaned the house, you know, because we learned that everyone have moved out of that house, as in the house that Mohbad died. The blood your sister said she saw. The blood Baba Mohbad said he saw. You need to be questioned thoroughly. And everything about Mohbad shouldn't be in your care. Because I'm thinking in my head, are you blackmailing anybody? That everything is now in your care, you are in charge of many things? It shouldn't be so. You should not be in charge of anything. You were simply a PA. And we must all remember, Mohbad had no plans to die. He did not foresee his early death. Somehow he spoke in Proverbs. You know, but he was intestate. He wrote no will. I think it is time they go to the... Finally, anyway, we would wait till the 6th of December, where we are going to be hearing from Prime Boy. And I'm hoping that Darosa too, they need to question him thoroughly. Darosa, at this point, is one of the suspects for me, you know. And I'm wondering why, even if they want to take him as a witness, like Wunmi and the way they took Adura, Darosa's hand is too many. Oh, it's too many. And he should not be in any way in charge of Mohbad's property or at any time. I know he's intestate. Yeah, so they would have to take the case to court regarding how the court will help share the will. You understand? Though we are waiting on the conclusion of the Coroner Inquest and the pathologist to come advise the judge regarding the result of the autopsy. We learned that the autopsy is out, but I don't know how far this is true. It will have to pass through the medical board of Nigeria before it gets to the police. It's yet to be with the police. December 6th, Darosa, you should